Oh God, talk about technical difficulties, huh? Tried to do it again and it told me to rotate my phone again, which is a big pain in the ass. Okay, I think we got it there pretty well. Okay, you guys get the up and down version again. Guess I'll just never quite get that exactly right. All right, let's see how this looks. A little crooked. Oh, fuck it, good enough. Hi, everybody. So I'm a little askew on where I'm at here because of my technical difficulties. But if you guys noticed, I brought my friend today. So my niece, nephew, and sister-in-law gave me this fine Bob Ross a couple of Christmases ago. So I thought it would be a good idea for him to join me with this little squirrel. He's just painting happy little trees. So it's warm out today. Sweating my balls off. I don't know about you. So I thought it'd be really cool today to show you guys something that I found, because I was actually considering I'm going to make this not my cookbook cabinet anymore. I want to make this a booze cabinet. But I found my old like little index cards that served as my flashcards from when I was in bartending school. And because it was fitting, I just went through and I was like, oh man, you know, and seriously, it's like, this was how I memorized everything, was just, oh, hey, here's, look, Stinger under S's, and then had the recipe on the back. But I found Bay Breeze, which brings us to where we're at now. And I actually wrote down some of the things that I needed to cover because, oddly enough, I have to really sit and think about what's in these drinks because they're so kind of similar, but yeah, taste vastly different. So I'm calling the series The Breezes. As you can see, I've got 3 glasses in front of me. So, I mean, I could use so many different variances of this, and I am not going to bore you with that at all. Essentially, your base is vodka, and what it's going to depend on now is what kind of juices you add in with it. The thing of it is even though they sound fancy, they're just really not. But this came from an era of when I think it was cool to name a drink, and like anything you did slightly different, you gave it a new fucking name. So it was like, oh, we call it, you know, the... I don't fuck what something we made. It's an old fashioned, but you use a lime instead of an orange, and so I call it an old maid. You know, they had all these different ways that they named them. So any little tiny variance was something different. So whereas, like, now we roll up to a bar and you can order a screwdriver, which is just vodka and orange juice, very plain. Most people order a vodka cran, your basic vodka cran. Well, the technical name for that is a Cape Codder, or a Cape Cod. But most of the time you're gonna roll up into a bar now, you're gonna ask some millennial chick working behind the bar, or dude, you know, don't want to be sexist, hey, can I get a Cape Cod? And they're gonna be like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So that's when you have to do the vodka cran. And a lot of these, I think, fall into that category, but there are places where they still either advertise in that way, or people are gonna ask for them, or you may always wondered what that drink was that your aunt used to order, and so I can help you with that. Now, the screwdriver itself, the vodka orange juice, has a couple different variances on it too that we can get into. But, I mean, like, there's a screwdriver, which is just your vodka orange juice. If you put Galliano, which is like a liqueur on the top, it's a Harvey Wallbanger. I don't know why it varies so much, why a Harvey Wallbanger, I have no idea, it just was. And then somebody's like, hey, what if we put sloe gin in it, which is often very reddish in color, and then it's a slow screw. And then if you did the slow screw and then you floated with Galliano, it was a slow screw up against a wall. These people had great, humorous, funny little names for stuff like the blowjob shot, where I think they just really wanted to make something that was like risque, and now people just talk about eating ass all the time, so it's not really as risque as it used to be. So let's dig in, shall we? So you've got a Cape Cod, you got a screwdriver, you got this. Now we're going to start mixing a couple different juices together. So let's go ahead and start with the Bay Breeze, since that was the card that I pulled out of there. So the Bay Breeze, you can do, I've seen tropical Bay Breezes where you can put like a coconut rum in it. You can do all different things, but your real basic Bay Breeze is a vodka drink, straight vodka drink. So The difference, like I said, is always going to be in the juices. I tried really, really hard to draw a line with some of these of like what got this and what got that and what didn't. And the only thing I got with bay breeze is cranberries are usually grown in a bay, and we're going to use pineapple juice, which is, you know, if it was tropical, could be by a bay or the ocean, so you could do that. So I've got a giant shot glass here, so I'm not going to use all of it with the vodka. So you take a shot of vodka over a heavily iced glass, and then you're going to go about 50-50 for a bay breeze of cranberry and pineapple juice. Cranberry and pineapple. That is your basic bay breeze. Oh. It's delicious, of course. It's vodka and juice. How could it not be delicious? So after you're done with your bay breeze, there's also a sea breeze. So just to like not really fucking confuse you, you're in a bay or you're in a sea. You could sea breeze, it's a bay breeze. It's doing something. Anyways, you're breezy. So breezy wheezy. So here we go. We're going to take, base all of these is vodka. So you're going to take your vodka into a new glass. It can be a tall glass. It can be a rocks glass, whatever. Pour your shot of vodka in there. So now for a sea breeze, we start with the base of the cranberry again. Half and half, pretty much, on these two. And we're going to add grapefruit juice on this one. And dear Lord, I tried to find a small thing of grapefruit juice, and they did not fucking have it. So I've got this giant motherfucking thing of grapefruit juice I have to figure out what to do with now. So if you see like a lot of grapefruit juice cocktails coming your direction, that's why. All right, so you got your cranberry juice, and then we're going to fill the rest with grapefruit juice, which I'm really hoping is a good offset, because straight up grapefruit juice is something to behold anyways. Not bad. I'm liking grapefruit more and more as I get older. Maybe it's like prunes. I don't know. So the other thing that I was wondering if I was pretty sure it was in here in my ye old Rolodex sweet ass year 2000 file of drinks from bartending school. Speaking of grapefruit juice and vodka, as we talked about Screwdriver or the Cape Cod, one that you don't hear about a lot, but even one of my really good friends, Jenny, well, she was Moore at the time, I used to call her Moore, Jenny Jonas, always drank, was vodka and grapefruit juice. Great. So you do grapefruit juice vodka, you can order it that way. If someone mentions a Greyhound to you and it sounds scary, don't be scared. That is just exactly what that is. It is grapefruit juice and vodka. But here's the fun thing, like we talked about when everybody wanted to do something a little bit different, call it something else. If you take just a regular fucking grapefruit vodka and you salt the rim like you would like a margarita on the rocks, it's called a salty dog. It's like a whole different, oh, we salted the rim, now it's a salty dog. It's a completely different thing. I don't even see a Greyhound in here. But I see a gorilla. Maybe maybe the ideas for this are just going to be me going through this old ass Rolodex and be like, what the fuck did they teach me in bartending school, and who the fuck was I bartending for with that? So last one is one of my favorites, but it's one of my favorites because it has a lot of great memories attached to it. So while we've got these wonderful things, this is not technically a breeze, if you will, although it falls into essentially the same category. So this drink formally is called a Madras. I don't know why it's called a Madras. I did not look that information up for you. If you'd care to Google it in your spare quarantine time, you guys can go right the fuck ahead. Probably not. So you're going to take vodka on this. And then you're going to take orange juice. And I layer this a certain way for a certain reason. So now we have your basic Screwdriver, maybe a little heavy on the vodka, a little bit heavy on orange juice. And we're going to take cranberry juice, put it right down the center, and it kind of clouds up and just like flumes out a little bit when you do it that way. It's hard for me to show you exactly, but I am so old school Auburnite that there used to be an amazing bar run by customers of mine when I was in banking, Richard and Herbie Yu, and it's called the Shanghai. And many of you have heard of it or have been there if you're from the Auburn area. Well, this was a Chernobyl. That's what we used to call it. That's how it was ordered. It was a vodka orange juice with crayon, and they said that's how old school was, like 80s. They came up with it because it looked like a nuclear explosion, Chernobyl, and that's when Chernobyl exploded. So that's why it's called a Chernobyl. So I refer to it as a Chernobyl. I've heard people order, hey, you can do vodka, orange juice, a little bit of crayon on it, whatever. Bitches, to me, it's a Chernobyl. Call whatever the fuck you want. Oh, and that's a strong one, too. My buddy Kurt Taylor would be proud. Oh, good Lord. Gotta drink it anyways. So that is your basic review of a lot of like putting vodka with juice and what they originally call it and what I call the breezes, the series of breezes. They all kind of intermix together just depending on what juice you have on hand. But at least now you know, should you be stuck with grapefruit juice, if you have something else you can mix with it. And there is another one, I thought we were taught one, called a tropical breeze, which is grapefruit and orange juice. I mean, I could make these all day. I don't have that many rocks glasses. Sorry, kids. But what I can tell you is if you just take your basic shot of vodka, whatever old fucking juice you have laying around, you can make yourself something fancy, and likely it probably even has a fancier name. So when people are like, oh, are you just drinking some vodka with cranberry and pineapple juice? You can be like, no, bitch, I'm drinking a Bay Breeze, and it is delightful. Bob? So tomorrow is Friday. I would be more excited about it being Friday if every day didn't seem the same in quarantine. However, it is Friday. While we are doing the big dinner tonight, it is my stepson Cole's birthday on Saturday. So we're doing cake and pizza tomorrow. So we're going to do a very abbreviated cocktail mix of the very simple cocktail that I find quite disgusting, but was requested. So we're going to roll that bitch right on through to Friday. But I actually did make a list of drinks to come at you with next week. I don't know if you're actually fucking interested or it's just something else. Maybe you just want to hear somebody besides yourself say the F word for a while. I'm good with whatever. But I am, again, I've had a few requests come in from you guys. Awesome. Bob hasn't said anything. I don't know. I don't think he ever drank. He probably just, he's probably a kombucha kind of guy, is my guess. So there you have it. All your breezes, because I need a breeze. Mom's hot. All right. You guys have a great evening. Enjoy it. I'm going to go cook some steak. I'm going to go try some wine. I have a meeting, and we are recording a Cocktails with Heather live Zoom tonight. We are kicking off at 8 p.m. So I am going to learn I know how to log into Zoom. I'm not sure how our producer, Michael, is running this show. But if you want to hop on around 8 o'clock, if you have to be available, maybe we'll have some interesting stuff for you. I will have drank these, and we'll be knee-deep in some of my wonderful Pinot Noir that I need to try. So I will catch you guys later. Have a good one. Oh, yeah, bitch. That's good. Bob, say bye. Bob, say bye. Bye.